I'm Ashley Jones. Thank you so much for joining us. Well, we have another first alert weather day issued for today, and that's after a line of severe thunderstorms that came through last night. Our first alert meteorologist, Sandra Brogan, is standing by. And Sandra, you just told me about a severe thunderstorm warning. Tell us exactly what you're tracking for right now.
Well, we are tracking one severe thunderstorm warning for our area at this point, but we continue to track a line of storms that's going to continue eastward across the area. And even later into this afternoon, we'll see that chance for severe thunderstorms. Now, as we take a look at first alert radar, I just want to show you, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Saluda County through 10:15. You see a lot of lightning with this storm. In fact, I can go in a little bit closer for you and show you a lot of heavy rain as well. So right around Saluda, we are seeing the rain already in place, and so it's moving fairly quickly at about 55 miles per hour, moving towards the east. So again, we are going to be continuing to track this severe thunderstorm, not just due to the potential for some damaging wind gusts, but also quarter-size hail possible with this storm as it continues eastward. Now, I broaden the view for you and show you that even though this is the only county in our viewing area that we're tracking for severe weather presently, we are continuing to watch this line of showers and storms that's continuing to fill in as it moves towards the east. So again, we'll be tracking that potential for severe thunderstorms, additional severe thunderstorms, as we head into the rest of this morning and even into the early afternoon hours. That's when we could see again that potential for strong to severe thunderstorms. Now, I think mainly for areas south of I-20, we'll see the best chances for seeing the stronger storms with today's activity. Not everyone's going to see a storm. We're not going to see as much coverage in storms that we did last night as I'm expecting for today. But still, you know, if you get caught underneath one of these storms, it's going to pack a punch. So have that first alert weather app in hand so that you know about the changing weather in your area. So it could lead to some additional power outages on top of the power outages that we had from last night's storms. That power has not been restored for everyone just yet. And in terms of the thunderstorm related wind damage or thunderstorm wind damage related reports, you can see numerous reports of wind damage from last night. And then this is over the past 24 hours. So you can see Newberry reporting tree down on a power line. So again, just a reason why we had so many power outages reported across the Midlands last night. It can take just a branch being blown onto a power line that could lead to a power outage. A little bit farther southward, this is last night, and they've got that strong to severe storm activity moving through right now as we speak. But last night they had power lines being reported down across much of Saluda County because of last night's storm. So they could see more power outages due to the storm that's moving through right now. And also Owensfield, just south of Columbia, we had thunderstorm wind damage reported, reporting a tree down that was blocking a roadway. So not just power outages, but those trees coming down, impacting travel across parts of the area. And even Orangeburg County seeing a lot of thunderstorm wind damage reported there as well. And then also in Sumter, right around Sumter, seeing reporting last night about 10:06, thunderstorm wind damage reporting a tree down onto a power line. So that line last night started about a little around 8 o'clock and then exited the area before 11. And we're seeing that potential for another line of showers and storms to impact our area as we head into the rest of this morning and also into the early afternoon hours. Now, coming up in the full forecast, I'll detail more on what you can expect and also the timing for today's severe threat in just a few more moments.
All right, Sandra, thank you for that first alert. And as you mentioned, I mean, a lot of customers are waking up this morning still without power here in South Carolina. At last check, there are about 28,000 customers still without power. We're going to take a closer look at those numbers right now. Let's look at Lexington County. A huge decrease in the number of people without power. Earlier, I had reported to you all about 9,000 customers. We're now, that number is down to 4,000 customers without power. And Saluda County, let's take a look over there. 758 customers without power right now. So another significant decrease in the number of power outages in that area. Newberry County, one in the same. We got 1,380 customers without power. So another decrease there. And in Richland County, we see 2,681 customers without power. And then in Fairfield, another significant decrease there. 547 customers without power at this time. So of course, we're going to continue to track this for you all throughout the day. I actually spoke with a spokesperson from Dominion Energy who says, that they've been working around the clock to restore power since it went out last night, and said that they should be working throughout later this afternoon. They are expecting to have the last power outage restored by later this afternoon. So of course, we're going to keep you all up to date on that. They actually brought in additional crews from states that were not impacted by these heavy storms to help out with restoring the power, and of course they're going to be on top of making sure that they can mitigate any power outages with the storms that are going to be expected for later on today. But let's go ahead and take a look at some of the damages that we've seen in some areas. We're taking a look now at photos that were sent to us. This is from out in Newberry County. As you can see, several trees down, uprooted and fell down into some front yards, out into the roads there. And then you may also see a picture or two of some power lines that are down, some power lines that were snapped in half, things of that nature. So of course, if you do have any photos, if you're able to take any photos of any storm damage in your area, please be safe. And you be sure to send those photos to us, so we want to continue to track the aftermath of this storm here. All you have to do is just click on the First Alert Weather tab, and you'll see that page there, and you'll be able to submit those photos from there. And with the possibility, again, of the severe weather in today's forecast, do not forget to go ahead and download our WIS First Alert Weather app. There you can get real-time updates on the storms, the impacts as it moves across the Midlands today. All you have to do is scan that QR code on your screen there, and it'll take you directly to your phone's app store.